Mason Mount has released a video basically saying goodbye to Chelsea. Goodbye.
Can you call it what it is?
I called it what it is. I said it's a goodbye video.
You have to give it its full title. What it is it's a scripted piece of PR.
Scripted?
That's scripted. He's reading.
He's not reading. That's coming from the heart.
You think Mason Mount is that articulate that he can just deliver? Absolutely not.
That's coming from the heart. He's been at Chelsea since he was 6 years old, and as much as he wanted to leave the club, don't tell me it isn't hurting him as well.
Gullible Oladipo.
Well, yeah.
I can't believe that you've fallen for that. That could not be more. That could not be more PR.
Look at this from Bill, clearly from your burner account during this ad break. It says, Rory, everything you've just said about the Mason Mount statement is spot on. Great speech.
Here we go. Nothing wrong with Bill's hearing.
No, obviously.
No, look. What I don't understand is why we have to pretend that this is more than it is. Mason Mount has chosen Manchester United, and everything I've said about this, I'm okay with that.
But you're acting like he's chosen Manchester United for no reason.
No, I haven't.
Your club was in turmoil,
Addy, I've always
and he wasn't getting paid, and
these are all points that I've raised a lot.
He's got. Can he not go?
No, of course he can, which is what I've been saying up until this point. But what I don't really like is this sort of infantilising us, treating us like children. Oh, I do love you, really. You don't. You're a Man United player. You've chosen to go to Manchester United. So just own it. We can all be adults here. You've opted in to go to Manchester United. You have chosen Manchester United. You have deduced that Manchester United are a better option for you than Chelsea. And we're all adults, right? We can be fine with that. I disagree with you, Mason, but you've decided that's right for you and your career. So cool, off you go. I can't wish you well because you're going to Manchester United.
Agreed.
But I can say thank you for everything that you've done. Let's shake hands and go our own separate ways. Don't treat me like a juvenile.
Are you one of those Chelsea fans?
Are you
one of those Chelsea fans at the bridge that are going to boo or clap him?
He'll be booed now. He'll be booed now. Not by me, but he'll be booed now. He'll be booed. This is such nonsense. Treating people like they're children. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have somebody from my presumably very expensive PR team create the perfect template of words that I need to utter as if they're my own. And I can convince them. I can convince them that it's all from the heart. Just be honest. You wanted to go to Manchester United for the furtherance of your career. You wanted to go to Manchester United for the furtherance of your pay packet. But that's fine.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he still doesn't care about Chelsea.
You can't pretend to love Chelsea and have chosen to go to Manchester United. Like, you can't position yourself as a fan of the club, somebody who bleeds blue, somebody who cares with their soul about Chelsea, and then go to Manchester United. The two things don't marry up. In the Venn diagram of Chelsea and in the Venn diagram of Manchester United, there's literally no grey area. You can't try and create something in the middle. You can't go, oh, I do love Chelsea. It would be like having a wife and then trying to have another wife. You can't do that. You can't keep one wife happy and have another wife. You can't keep Chelsea fans happy and choose Manchester United. It's nonsensical, but it's also treating fans like idiots. Because we're not idiots. You're allowed to go to Manchester United for the furtherance of your career, but just don't pretend that you love Chelsea.
Okay. Blame my producers for telling me to play that video. Obviously, clearly wound you up, mister. Let's welcome in James, Manchester United fan. James, you're hearing all this. He's clearly not happy. Yeah. That means you've got a great player, by the way.
Yeah, definitely. It sounds like it. Yeah, I can sense a lot of bitterness. Well, yeah, I'm interested actually from Rory though, because I was really surprised when obviously it kind of got to the end of the season and it kind of really progressed really quick. It went from a couple of like Liverpool, I think Arsenal, United, a couple of teams were interested, to suddenly like he wanted to come to United. I still understand like Rory saying it. It's interesting Rory saying he thinks it will further his career. I'm actually quite surprised. I don't really get why he's been so keen to leave Chelsea for United. But one thing I would say, and I know it happens at every club because I'm watching our fans do it to De Gea now, but a lot of Chelsea fans have slagged him off this season and for losing the ball. I've seen a lot of stuff saying.
Yeah, true.
I think that's why.
James, the reason it's for the furtherance of his career, the reason why it sort of works for his career is because no Chelsea fan would ever pretend to you that Chelsea are a bigger club than Manchester United. So he's moving to a bigger club. He's moving to a team that finished far superior to Chelsea in the league table. You know, you finished third, we finished 12th.
Yeah, but you've been more successful in the last 15 years. You've won way more trophies than United in the last 15 years.
But the Chelsea that you're talking about over the 15 years, you need to redefine Chelsea because it's Abramovich's Chelsea.
One second. You won the Champions League 2 seasons ago.
Todd Bowley.
You won the Champions League 2 seasons ago, and you won the World Club Cup a season after.
Abramovich. All Abramovich. The new era of Chelsea, the Bowley era of Chelsea, finished 12th, didn't win a thing. That's what we have. That's the new Chelsea as of today. I hope that we will follow in the footsteps and continue the traditions of winning silverware as Abramovich did. But the Chelsea of today are not in the European Cup, finished in the bottom half of the league, and are a smaller club than Manchester United, and didn't win a trophy Manchester United did. So it's obviously, from Mason Mount's perspective, if he's looking at it without any emotion, it's obviously a progressive, upwardly mobile step.
All right, let's keep the calls coming in. Connor, Chelsea fan. Connor, are you as upset as Mr. Jennings here about that video? I don't know if you've seen it, but you would have heard it just now on TalkSport. Mason Mount basically apologising and saying goodbye to Chelsea fans.
Yeah, hi chaps. Thanks for having me on.
No problem, mate.
Yeah, massive Chelsea fan, season ticket holder, been there since I was a little kid. Loved Mason Mount, absolutely. He was, in my eyes, a couple of years ago, going to be future captain. What's happened over the last month, maybe 2 months, let him go then. Exactly what you boys touched on, maybe about Man City. These players want to go. If they want to go, then go. The club, no player is bigger than the club. If he wants to go, and he feels like the deal wasn't right with Chelsea, and he doesn't want to stay, then go, mate. You can go. Because we're rebuilding. We've got Poch in now. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we sign a couple more players that are going to help improve the squad, in addition to the ones that are exciting. But what you said about Man City was spot on. Bernardo Silva wants to go. He can go. We will recruit properly thereafter. The mentality of Chelsea is to win. And in my opinion, if the deal wasn't right and he doesn't want to stick by us like, say, Eden Hazard done when we finished 10th that season, he could have gone Madrid, couldn't he? He could have gone elsewhere. But these players, okay, if he's going to get a better deal at Man United and he's not that fussed about sticking around with Chelsea, you go. We will find someone else.
Is there a concern, though, Connor? Connor, sorry to cut across you, mate. Is there a concern about players wanting to leave the club, though? I mean, like, whether or not you wanted to keep Kai Havertz or not, he's obviously decided he wanted to go to Arsenal. And I know there are a lot of Chelsea fans that don't care. But you got Mason Mount. Lukaku, as soon as he signed, a couple of months into the signature, he's doing interviews with Sky Italia talking about wanting to go back. Is there a concern of the big players joining Chelsea than wanting to leave Chelsea?
Right. So this is my thing, right? It would be different if we had big players that were performing and saying that. Lukaku didn't perform. Kai Havertz has not performed. He won us the Champions League. Fantastic. Absolutely amazing. And that's a memory that will stay forever. But Rory, would you agree? Average performances. I go pretty much every week. Average performances. I mean, you can moan and you can say you want to leave. Let's have a look at Mount. He's leaving now. What was last season like for Mount? Jesus Christ. I think I saw something on Twitter the other day about his stats for last year. Again, I'm not saying Mount's a bad player. I'm not saying he deserves to go. If he was with us, I'd be happy.
I think the problem is, though, Connor, and look, he didn't have a great year. He was injured a lot, but he didn't have a great year. But the problem that we have is, whatever we think of his performances last year, you would still say that of the available midfielders that Pochettino had, Mason Mount was probably one of the best. So even if you don't rate him, even if you don't think that his form is good enough, he's still one of the best players at the club.
Exactly. And that's where, although I'm giving it the big and saying, okay, just leave, whatever, that's, Man City do that, big clubs do that, players do leave. One side of me is saying, okay, well, what have we got? Like you just mentioned, what have we got now? And it kind of goes back to my point of, okay, if these players are going to go, fine, but Todd, you better replace them, because if you don't replace them and we're starting, I don't know who you.
What is your starting three in the midfield? Start of the season. What is it?
It's Enzo Fernandez, and hope for the best.
Conor Gallagher,
Carney Chukwuemeka.
Yeah. Oh man, it's all over the place, isn't it?
Yeah, it's mate, we really do have. I mean, Caicedo signing is essential now. It's now a prerequisite. Like, at one point you talk about the potential of signing Caicedo, and you go, it'd be great if we could get hold of him. Whereas now it's, we have to sign Caicedo. Like, we desperately need it.
You've got the money now, obviously. Havertz going and Mason Mount going. You've definitely got the money to do so. Connor, appreciate the call. Thank you.